Disney World's newest roller coaster, TRON Lightcycle Run, is opening soon, and we're riding a preview today.
There's chairs, there's lights, there's sounds, there's music, there's us!
And there's the grid.
Let's ride it!
I didn't bring my computer.
Oh!
Where's the internet?
Oh! Keith, it's okay. I've got one right here.
Today is the day that we're gonna ride Tron. Today is the day that we're gonna ride Tron. Today is the day that we're gonna ride.
All right, we are in Tomorrowland, headed to the cast member previews of TRON Lightcycle Run ahead of its opening here in Magic Kingdom. Pretty exciting. We are going to be covering everything today, checking out the ride in great detail so that you know what to expect when it does open, but I'm pumped. Are you pumped, Free Love? Yeah. What is... Whoa. Wow. Emma's here too. TRON Lightcycle Run is the newest roller coaster here in Magic Kingdom. It's an addition to Tomorrowland that has been under construction for quite some time. It's got this incredible canopy, and cast previews are going on. So you can see there's a significant line today to ride and to get in. We are so excited to give this a ride. TRON Lightcycle Run has been an option in Disneyland Shanghai for several years now, but this is the first time that it has ever come to Disney World. And it looks so fun. It's got this outdoor segment and an indoor segment, lots to see today. Now the thing about cast member previews is that in a lot of instances, the ride will go down. That's pretty normal because the ride isn't open yet. It's still testing, it's not ready to open to the public yet. So there is a pretty exorbitantly long wait, but the coaster is running right now, so it looks like we will get on. People are on it again, so the line's gonna move. Also, it doesn't matter if the line doesn't move. I'm obviously going to stick this out as long as I can. There's certainly a lot of cast members here. You might wonder what cast member friends we came as guests with. The Broadway Bradshaws. What? Hi, guys.
Are we gonna get to ride this today?
I think we're going to get to ride this today, maybe.
This is very exciting.
It's moving now. It's moving. Yeah, that's a long time. But
it's cool to see, like, every few cars, they do have the special car. With the
yeah,
seats in them.
it's pretty cool.
And I love everybody cheering them on.
Me too. We're excited.
Very cool.
All right, so the wait time sign is here. It is blank since we're in previews right now. But you also have a couple of those warnings. Now, TRON is a relatively intense roller coaster, so it does have a couple of the warnings. There's a 48-inch height requirement. You do need to transfer to the vehicle, but there are accessible vehicles, which we are going to check out. There are a lot of concerns about TRON not being as inclusive for different body types. So we're going to see how that accessible vehicle works, what the process is with that. We'll share all of that information in this video. We'll also share how comfortable the regular vehicle is. There is a tester seat that we're going to go look at in detail.
This is a fun game. I can't wait to play. Am I gonna fit into the right vehicle? Who gets this tape?
Alright, we tried out the tester seat. Both of us tried it out, me, because I've got this camera that I want to make sure will get us ride-through footage. Free Love for comfort reasons.
Yeah, for curviness of my body and also
elderly.
Being older to be the 41-year-old.
Free Love is not elderly.
And that kind of hurt.
It was difficult for him, actually, even for me, like, to lift your leg over the bike. I think, like,
strangely difficult.
I'm honestly glad that I tried the tester seat because that would stress me out when I get up there.
And there was a certain amount of contorting and holding of muscles in particular areas to get the rest of the body in the right place.
If it were difficult for you to step onto a motorcycle, this will be difficult. That said, once on it, I felt comfortable on the actual seat from like an anxiety perspective.
Yeah.
You're leaned very far forward, and our friend who rode this morning did say that it feels a little more intense because you're being thrust forward on a roller coaster. We will report back in, but just so you know, there is accessible seating. Anyone, you do not have to, even if you fit in the ride vehicle, you can request to ride in that accessible seating. If you would rather sit in a standard roller coaster seat, you can do that.
I might sit in the
I think
seat.
so. Well, that way also we can show you guys exactly what it's like. You can talk about the experience.
And I feel like I've already ridden it once today, having tried out the tester seat.
I can't help but compare this ride to some other ride. Do you know what it is?
Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
That's why I wore this hat today, because I'm like, okay, newcomer.
For the
except-
record, that's Breedlove's favorite ride in Disney World right now.
Yes, and probably going to stay that way from what I hear. And I would just like to say,
Sorry, I'm taking a picture.
oh,
Okay.
we're doing cross content.
Yeah, just double the content, double the
This ride
fun.
opened in Shanghai in 2016.
That's
So
true.
this is not even a new ride.
It's not even a new ride.
But yet, we're here excited because it's new to us. Oh my gosh, this is it.
We are in the official queue at this point. We've actually gone under the queue sign. I have no idea how long these waits will get once it actually opens. We will certainly be keeping an eye on that. You can keep an eye on AllEars.net for all the updates. Check out our socials. We will be covering opening day, annual pass holder previews, all of it. All right, we made it through the standard queue entrance, so we are now actually in the official queue. You can see the ceiling is adorned with Team Blue. That's because we are on Team Blue going against the evil Team Orange. I don't know if they're evil, they're just intense. Maybe they are evil. We're about to get digitized, baby. This is where I would call spoiler alert starting. Spoiler alert for TRON Lightcycle Run in Disney World. So here in TRON, this is the first Disney ride to have this locker system. You cannot bring your items on the ride like you usually can with the Disney ride, your bags. You can bring your phone and smaller items that can go in a little compartment on the light cycle, but not your bags and things like that. So there is a locker system. These are complimentary. They work with your park ticket. Although if you use Magic Mobile, aka your park tickets on your phone, those will not open these. You need either a Magic Band or a physical park ticket. If you do not have either, you can speak to one of the cast members here and they will get you a locker access card.
Team Blue, welcome to the grid. Proceed to gates.
That was the room. That was
I know. That was crazy.
Specially modified light cycle. When the gate opens, follow your path on the floor. If you are assigned the car vehicle, you must walk behind the light cycle. Remove phones, glasses, and other items that may fall off, and secure them in the storage area between the handlebars. To synchronize with your light cycle, kneel, lean, and pull the handlebars towards you.
All right, one thing that I'll say is based on today, I feel like this ride has pretty high capacity. We've waited about 90 minutes from all the way outside the queue after the ride having been down for 40 minutes. And we only waited about 90 to get into the lockers. So I think it has pretty high capacity. We'll have to see how it moves when it opens, how often it goes down. But it moved pretty quickly. I was expecting us to be here for hours and we were not.
First energy gate captured. Second energy gate. 3. 4. 5 captured. Congratulations, users. A championship performance and victory for Team Blue.
All right, we made it off. We got our stuff from the lockers. We met back up with Breedlove after he rode in the accessible seat. By the way, you can stay with your party if you'd like to ride in the accessible seat. You can ride on the same train, which is pretty cool. And all he did was let a cast member know that he wanted to ride the accessible seat. The cast member pulled him to the side to wait for a car that had an accessible seat option, and then he got to hop in. Look at the fun. There's nobody on that car.
Yes.
All right, I'll go with my experience first. We need to talk a little bit because obviously everybody's different. This is a pretty unique roller coaster. I absolutely loved it. I found the bike to be relatively comfortable. We sat for a while before launch, which was the only time that I felt uncomfortable, but on the actual coaster, I was totally comfortable. I think that the experience is probably going to be much cooler at night when the entire canopy is lit up. I loved the inside. I've heard some people say that the graphics aren't that exciting. They certainly aren't at the level of something like Guardians of the Galaxy Classic Rewind, but I thought they were still really cool. There's some amazing effects with reflection that show the orange team. There's a ton of like different, like you're going through the gates and stuff. It felt like a race a lot of the time, and I really enjoyed it. So I was a fan. Definitely not going to shoot to the top of my favorites list, but I think a really cool ride, and I think worth the long lines that it's going to have for the first few weeks. To ride it once at least.
Nice. And I'm going to talk about the seat a little bit, and the fact that I tried the tester seat. I had a little physical therapy done yesterday, so my body's, you know, a little tender. Not what I'd say I'm in pain, but I just really didn't feel like contorting my body into that position today and then getting on a ride. And I was also a little on the fence about maybe whether my body would be accommodated by that seat. So I went ahead and opted to sit in the back row of one of the trains that has the seat that accommodates more body shapes and more levels of ability. And I had a really great time. I had a really fun time on the ride, going through the sections the indoor sections that looked a lot like Test Track, which I'm sure the Test Track renovation, that the update that looks like this was kind of inspired by the new TRON movie, maybe, but I did have a good time. It was not the most fun, but it was great. And I would say the most fun is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind still. I did see some people opting out when they tried the seat in the actual loading room.
They have a space for it too.
Yeah, they were opting out and deciding. I saw a woman decide she didn't want to have an alternative seat offered to her. She just wanted to leave, and I respect her. She said, "No, I'm out. Show me where the door is, please. I'd like to leave." Maybe she was feeling a little anxiety. I get it. It's a weird position to be in. Not my favorite thing in the world that in 2023 new rides are being put in Walt Disney World that don't accommodate everybody and are tricky to get into. I think that's a little bit of a bummer, but I had fun in the seat that I rode it in, and I'll definitely ride it again.
Emma!
I'll keep mine short because they said a lot of the, I think, most important parts. For me personally, I loved it. I think this will shoot towards the top of my favorite Magic Kingdom rides. Maybe not all of Disney, but I definitely think this will be in my top 2 or 3. I really enjoyed it that much. It was short, but not so short that I thought it was super apparent. And I also hated the handlebars. I thought they were a little bit too hard. They were metal, and I didn't like the way
You know
it
when
felt
you're
to
a
me.
kid and you're riding something with metal handlebars that make your hands raw? It was like
pinches
that.
into your hands. Did not enjoy that. And I will also say I am a young and limber person, and I had a hard time getting off the bike. I don't know if you had that experience.
Yeah, I
but you
did.
kind of have to like tilt yourself back and then kick your leg over, and I had a hard time with that. So be prepared for that no matter who you are.
Even as a young and limber person, I'm glad I did the tester seat first, so I was prepared to load.
Yeah.
Because it's weird.
Yeah,
It
no
was an
matter
odd
what,
seat.
I
think use the tester seat.
Everyone should use the tester seat.
Yeah. So that's TRON Lightcycle Run. That's our preview. Keep an eye on AllEars.net and our socials at AllEars.net for more coverage as the ride goes into annual pass holder previews and opening day.
If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe.
Now go watch our Genie Plus experiment in Magic Kingdom.
See you there.